Have you guys ever wondered how image is actually stored inside the computer memory? Or why the size of image is in bytes like MB or GB? Hi everyone, I am Shweta Shukla. I am a GATE and NET qualified teacher having over 16 years of experience in the field of computer science and decided to make videos on YouTube to help you guys to get better understanding of difficult computer science concepts in the easiest possible way. In today's lesson, I bring to you computer graphics concepts, frame buffer, pixel and resolution. We all know that computer is a digital device. What does it mean? That it works on discrete values, or more specifically we can say it works on binary values, that is 0 and 1. Everything inside computer needs to be stored in the form of 0 and 1. So be it text, image, video, anything. Ultimately it gets to be converted into 0 and 1 and then only we can store it. Now we come to display screen. It is made up of pixels. Pixel is the smallest picture element that can be displayed. And total number of pixels on a screen is called its resolution. So the smallest picture element is the pixel and total number of pixels on the screen is resolution. Image is also defined in terms of pixels. In an image, some pixels are black, some white, some yellow, some pink like this. And when we need to store the image in computer memory, actually we have to store this information about each and every pixel in the memory so that we can store that image and we can later on display that image on the screen. Alright. Now but the question is again unanswered, and that is how to store this information. So for that, consider a very simple example where I have taken an arrangement of pixel which is of 8 cross 8 pixels. Only 8 cross 8 pixels I have taken, means a total of 64 pixels are there on the display screen for the simplification. For further simplification, I have considered about only black and white image. So here I have considered a black and white image that we have to display on a display screen with 8 cross 8 pixels. 8 pixels in the horizontal direction and 8 pixels are there in the vertical direction. So how we are going to store any image, any black and white image? So we are going to store 1 bit per pixel. Means for each and every pixel on this screen, we are going to store 1 bit. There will be 1 bit corresponding to each and every pixel. So when there is 1 bit, there are only 2 possibilities. One is 0 and other is 1. Means we can store either 0 or 1. So now again we consider that 1 represents white and 0 will represent black. So in this way we can store the black and white image by storing 1 for white and 0 for black. In this way you can see that since this value is 1, so we have displayed this pixel as white. And since the next value is 0, so we have displayed this pixel as black. And so on. In the second row also, this pixel is 0, so we have displayed it as black. And here the value is 1 in the memory, so we have displayed this pixel as white. Understand? So in the memory, this is the memory arrangement. And here we have stored the values like this. Understand? So the memory, the computer memory where we have stored these pixels corresponding to a particular image, this part of memory is called frame buffer. So what is frame buffer? Frame buffer is actually nothing but the computer memory where we store the image. That part, that portion of the memory is called frame buffer. Okay, so in this way we have displayed this straight line, and as you can see on the display screen, the pixels are very small and they are very near to each other, so it will appear as a straight line on the display screen. Okay. Now the second thing, how are we going to change this image? Suppose we want to change the image, we want to change this image. So we can do one thing, we can change the value of these 0 and 1 in the memory, and then automatically the image will be changed. Suppose we want to display, suppose we have changed the value as 1, here also we have changed as 1, here also as 1, and here also as 1. Then what will happen when the cycle will again, when the computer will again refresh this screen, then again you will see that time the image will be changed, and this pixel will be white, this pixel will be white, and this in this way. Understand? And on the display screen, there a line will appear like this. Okay, so in this way we can change the image. One more important thing I want to tell you at this point, which is, see here only 8 cross 8 pixels means 64 pixels are there. So we are storing 64 bits. We are storing 64 bits here as a total. You can see that we are storing in the memory 64 bits. So if the resolution is 1024 into 1024, then we require this much of memory. Understand? 1024 is 2 to the power 10, again 1024, 2 to the power 10, and the total memory 2 to the power 20 bits we will require in the memory. So as you increase the resolution of the screen, and then in the same way you have to increase the requirement of the memory. Required memory also increases as the resolution increases. So the required frame buffer memory depends on resolution of the screen. Depends on the resolution of the screen. Okay, I hope this point or this concept is clear to you. So, but still one question is there, that we are displaying only black and white image. So this is very boring, but we want to display a colored image, and we want to store the image in memory in the form of colors. So what we have to do, we have to store the information about color also, that which pixel, like here we have displayed only white pixels. Now we must know that which pixel is of which color. I mean like this pixel is red, this is green, and this is blue, this is yellow, like this. So how to store this information? So we move to the next concept, which is of colored frame buffer. So here we have seen that we can store the value corresponding to each and every pixel. For that, the amount of memory, it is called bitmap. Now we can store multiple bitmaps corresponding to the display screen. What does it mean? It means that we can actually store more bits corresponding to a particular pixel. In the previous example, we were only storing 1 bit per pixel, but now we can store more bits per pixel to display the color or to represent the colors. Like suppose we decide to store 3 bits per pixel, then what will happen? 3 bits per pixel. Then what will happen? First of all, suppose the resolution of the screen is that we have considered earlier was 8 cross 8. Suppose 8 cross 8. So 1 bit per pixel, we need 8 cross 8 memory. 1 bit map, that will be called 1 bit map. Again for the second, again we need a second bit map. And in the same way, again we need a third bit map. In this way, we will require 3 bit maps, and in this way, we can store 3 bits per pixel. Understand? So, if the screen resolution is 1024 into 1024, then this is 1 bit map, this is second, one more and one more. In this way we can have more bit maps corresponding to a display screen, and in this that way we can have multiple bits or more bits per pixel. Understand? So how are we going to represent the colors? With the help of this, we can have different color codes, like we can assign like 0, 0, 0 for black, 0, 1, 0 for red, 0, 0, 1 for green, and 1, 1, 0 for blue, 1, 0, 1 for cyan, and in this way we can assign different color codes. So we know that with 3 bits we have total combination of 2 to the power 3, and which is equal to 8. So we can have a total of 8 colors in this way. Understand? And now we will see that for a particular pixel what will happen. See, this pixel is there. We'll go to the memory. In the memory, for the first pixel there is the values 1, 1 and 0. So the value is 1, 1, 0, and corresponding to which color? Blue. So this pixel will get colored in blue in this way. Understand? In this way, again the second pixel, and again the value is 1, 1, 1. So suppose 1, 1, 1 is white, so it will get colored in white. In this way we can retrieve the values from the frame buffer and assign the color to the pixel accordingly. Understand? Okay, so in this example we have taken this 0, 1, 0, and suppose 0, 1, 0 is green, then this pixel will get colored in green. Okay, so in this way we can represent different colors using different bit maps. We can have different colors using different bit maps. So what we have studied today is, like, the smallest picture element is pixel, and the total number of pixels is resolution. The portion of the computer memory where image is stored is called frame buffer, and we can store the image in bitmaps in computer memory, which will depend on the resolution of the screen. And we can have multiple colors with multiple bitmaps. We can have different colors with multiple bitmaps. One more important thing that we have learned today is that the frame buffer memory, how much frame buffer memory we need. So frame buffer memory actually depends on two things. Number one is the resolution, and number two is how many colors or intensity levels we are going to display. Understand? So it directly depends on the resolution and how many colors or intensity levels we are going to display on the screen. So we have considered the example where I have taken 3 bits per pixel, or you can say 3 bit maps I have taken. So with 3 bit maps, how much memory I require? 3 into resolution. And total number of colors, since 3 is there, so total number of combination possibles are total number of combinations that are possible are 2 to the power 3, that is 8. So total of 8 colors we can have. Now suppose if the value of, if you have taken 4 bits per pixel, then 2 to the power 4, then a total of 16 colors you can have in your system. Okay, and in that case the required memory will be 4 into the resolution of screen. So we can have a general formula here that required frame buffer memory is actually n into resolution. And one more important thing, that how many colors we can have. If there are n bit maps or n bits per pixel, then we can have a total of 2 to the power n colors in our system. Okay, so if there are 5 and 2 shades are there in your computer system, then there will be then there will be 9 bit maps, because 5 and 2 is actually 2 to the power 9. Alright, so I hope the concept of frame buffer and required frame buffer memory and how the image is stored is clear to you. You can also go to my website, which is www.lectureloops.com. There you can have notes related to this topic and also other topics also. Thank you.